Alright, so today we see the SPY renewing its historical high, but this movement is followed by a bearish reaction that could materialize a top signal next. In fact, we see possible top signals everywhere, and many of the stocks on our radar are in a very delicate situation right now. So in this video, we are gonna analyze some of the most interesting stocks of the moment and outline the scenarios for us to work on next. If you don't know me, my name is Nathan. Welcome to the Finance Hydra channel, where you get clean analysis without bias or guesswork, just technique and strategy. I'm here every single day keeping you guys updated on the market. So welcome to the Finance Hydra channel. Now, as we can see here, SPY failed miserably in closing above this resistance area, which is a double resistance level, right? Made by the 564, the previous top level, and the 565, the previous all-time high area. This yellow area over here is the most important and it is the most dangerous resistance level for the SPY. Only if we see SPY breaking and closing above this key point, SPY is going to be able to seek higher levels, but right now we are materializing a bearish reaction below this key point, suggesting some weakness, suggesting that SPY could correct from here. Nathan, what if SPY corrects? Well, then it is gonna seek our next support levels, and the most important one over here is the 21-day EMA, the exponential moving average on the daily chart. We could correct all the way down to this moving average, and okay, the trend would still be bullish, alright? A pullback is not gonna be enough for the trend to reverse. Remember, pullbacks are not reversals, alright? But if we lose this moving average, if we materialize a crystal clear lower high, lower low, then SPY will face serious problems over here. Meanwhile, we see the QQQ making a bearish reaction below the previous top level over here, alright, around $476. If you ask me, I would be happier to see such bearish reaction below the 584 up here, which was a previous top level twice in July this year and again on August this year. But okay, we are making a top signal, we are making a bearish reaction below this key point already. If we see the QQQ losing the 21-day EMA, we could seek lower support levels. The most dangerous one is the 448 down here, because by losing this key point, the QQQ is going to materialize for the first time in many months a gigantic bearish pivot point. What's more, it is going to frustrate a very important bullish reaction on the weekly chart up here, alright, which is above the 21-week EMA, and we could potentially lose this support level, which will be very close to the support line of this ascending channel on the QQQ on the weekly chart. We are still inside a long-term bullish bias over here, bullish ascending channel over here, but by losing this key point, we are gonna completely reject the long-term bullish thesis. Therefore, it is very important for the QQQ to materialize a bullish reaction above 448 if we see a correction ahead, alright? If we see the QQQ losing the 21-day EMA in the next few days, then the situation will be very delicate for us. Meaning, how this is going to affect our stocks? Well, this means that Nvidia is going to correct to lower levels. We are already losing the 21-day EMA over here. If you ask me, we are about to seek our next support level around 109 down here. If we lose the 109, the next support level is $100, and this key point is also a possible bearish pivot point on the daily chart, and this could completely reject the bullish thesis on the weekly chart as well. Nvidia could materialize a bearish pivot point on the weekly chart over here, suggesting a pullback on the weekly chart, a long-term correction, alright? This is gonna be very problematic for Nvidia. So it all depends on how it's going to react this week, all right? We need to see if we want to see Nvidia making a bullish reaction again, it has to react above the 109, all right? We are already losing the 21-day EMA, so we gotta react above this support level over here next. Meanwhile, we see Tesla inside this ascending triangle chart pattern, all right? The $233 is a very dangerous key point. We have been talking about this key point over here for many weeks right now. 233. That's the most challenging key point for Tesla. This is Tesla's nemesis over here, all right? Only by breaking and closing above this key point, Tesla will be free to retest, to seek higher levels, like closing this gap, 245, or even retesting the next resistance level on the weekly chart at 265. But by failing in closing above this key point, Tesla is telling us that it is just too weak for a meaningful bullish reaction. Conversely, if we lose this double support level made by the 21-day EMA, made by this purple trend line down here, we are gonna trigger this ascending triangle downwards. That's a realistic scenario. In this case, we could seek our next support levels, being the most dangerous one around 182. All right, because just like we see a possible bearish pivot point on QQQ, on Nvidia, we could see a major bearish pivot point on Tesla as well, which is better seen on the weekly chart over here. If this scenario materializes, we're gonna see a long-term correction in Tesla. We're gonna see Tesla rejecting the bullish bias on the short term, on the medium term, on the long term over here, and well, the 165 is going to be an easy target to aim. If you ask me, we could seek the 150s again, all right? And that's going to be a very delicate situation for our tech stocks. And of course, we see bearish reactions and bearish chart structures in the main tech stocks, all right? Not just Nvidia and Tesla. This means that a systemic fall could occur, and the main catalyst for such reaction is better seen on the QQQ, because we don't see only a bearish reaction below this resistance level, but if we take a look closer, we see a possible double top chart pattern on the 1 hour chart. If this double top chart pattern gets triggered, this means that all of our stocks, Nvidia, Tesla, they are all gonna trigger a systemic correction as well. And a double top is one of the most classic bearish reversal patterns with a real chance of triggering a sharper correction, of course, if it gets triggered. Now you may be asking, okay, but what to do about it? How do you trade such pattern, all right? Well, guys, I teach you guys how to trade this pattern for free on our ebook, which is available to download on our Telegram channel. You can try our service for free and get this ebook for yourself, where I teach you the basics of technical analysis. Everything you need to learn is right here in detail. In addition, I share exclusive trading strategies teaching you how to profit if a sharper correction actually materializes on the market, because here we are skin in the game. You will learn in theory, and of course you will learn in real-time trading with us. Here you have everything to learn and to boost your performance. So just take a look at our website, which is right here. The link is in the video's description. This website is brand new, all right? You have all the information you need in this new website right now. So just take a look, link in the description. We have the statistics of our trading system over here, of all of our trading strategies in the first 6 months of 2024. Therefore, all the questions you need will be answered here in this website. Just take a look, link in the video's description. All right. Now, as we can see here, Tesla and Nvidia, they're all on the verge of collapsing, all on the verge of turning bearish on the daily chart, mid-term speaking. When we take a look at AMD, we also see a very dangerous top signal right above the 21-day EMA, yes, but by losing this key point, we could turn bearish, officially bearish on the daily chart, and in this scenario, AMD could seek lower levels. Its next support level is around 132. QQQ. As long as we don't see any meaningful bullish reaction above this key point, AMD will remain bearish. On the weekly chart, we are facing a very problematic resistance level around the 21-week EMA. So, and here we see an above the stomach candlestick pattern, which is a very promising bullish candlestick pattern, but if we fail in materializing this pattern, AMD could just continue to collapse on the daily chart and we could seek lower levels. All right, therefore we gotta see a meaningful bullish reaction as soon as possible, and right now, looking at the SPY, looking at the QQQ, we don't see the slightest signal of a bullish reaction on the broad market. Meanwhile, we see Palantir making a top signal as well today. You may say, but Nathan, this is a hanging man candlestick pattern, right? And as you always tell us, a hanging man is, although is a bearish candlestick pattern in theory, from a statistical point of view, it acts as a bullish continuation pattern most of the time. More often than not, I believe 56% of the time, 58% of the time, I don't remember correctly, but it is a bullish continuation pattern most of the time. Yes, it is. However, if Palantir loses the 21-hour EMA, if we see the QQQ materializing its double top chart pattern, Palantir will probably collapse as well. I'm not saying that Palantir will turn bearish, because even if we see a pullback on Palantir back to the $33 again, back to the 21-day EMA over here, that would be totally fine. Any pullback in a bull trend could be just another buying opportunity, because the risk-reward ratio is optimized near a support level. But we could see a pullback, right? And a pullback to the $33 to the 21-day EMA could be a pullback of almost 10%. That's annoying, right? Therefore, we should be extremely careful in this area over here and watch the indices very, very closely from here as well. Meanwhile, ARM Holdings, one of your favorite stocks over here, is losing the 138 support level, which was a previous top level over here. All right, yesterday we saw a bearish candlestick pattern called below the stomach candlestick pattern. Today we are almost triggering this pattern, suggesting that we could seek lower levels, maybe the 114 next, if we see a sharper correction materializing on the QQQ, especially on the QQQ. Therefore, ARM Holdings, Palantir, AMD, Tesla, Nvidia, these stocks, they all have this bearish outlook, but if you ask me, there is still time for a reaction, all right? But we can't count too much on that, especially because there are many technical evidence pointing towards a sharper correction on the broad market, especially if we see these signals, these chart patterns getting triggered. So we gotta pay extra attention on how the SPY, on how the QQQ is going to behave from here. The SPY, if you ask me, in my humble opinion, if you ask me, Nathan, what it takes for the SPY to avoid such correction, all right, such pullback to the 21-day EMA over here, we would need to see a miraculous reaction like tomorrow, breaking and closing above today's high, making a new record high. Then and only then I'll be convinced that this reaction, this ugly bearish candlestick pattern seen on the daily chart, is nothing more, nothing less than a short-term pullback to the 21-hour EMA. All right, this is a realistic scenario, but we need to see technical evidence to confirm this bullish thesis. Meanwhile, I'm gonna keep you guys updated in this channel every single day. As I told you guys, here you'll find every single day unbiased analysis, focusing on technical analysis, price action, facts, statistics, all right, technical evidence. So consider subscribing if you did like this video so far, and click the like button to support me as well. Take a look at our brand new website for more information about our services, download our free ebook, and start learning and start mastering the market. All right, thank you very much for your audience, my dear friends. See you guys tomorrow. Stay safe. Bye bye.